Welcome back to the Modern Mystics.
Yes, hello Mystics. How are you? We missed you.
Hopefully doing well.
Yes.
We are recording on the full moon, which I just realized that we chose recording day to be the full moon.
The energies are interesting today. Very strong.
Yeah, especially because it's April Fool's Day. I don't really know if there's any, like, cultural, like,
probably
or religious reason for April Fool's Day. I feel like that's something that I would like to look into at some point. But that's something we're talking about today.
Yes. If you know, comment below.
Yeah.
We have something really fun planned for you.
Yes.
Yes.
Today we are talking tarot. And I brought my lovely tarot cards in my lovely tarot deck, which was handmade by someone on Etsy.
So beautiful.
Yes.
She's known at the parties. She pulls out the box and
The
everyone's
box.
like, ooh, reading time.
I feel like I had to give it like an ASMR moment. Yes. For those of you, probably none of you are watching that used to, maybe one or two of you are watching that used to watch my ASMR channel.
Watching.
No. I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I haven't posted on that channel, but I did do ASMR back in the day. So, you know, here's a little finger tapping. Not the weird stuff. I know you're immediately like, what is... I only seen the weird stuff on OnlyFans and whatever. But, like, no. That wasn't me. But anyway, we're moving on. I want to talk tarot, but first I want to start by talking a little bit about the history, because I feel like tarot is something that people either love it or hate it. There's not, I mean, some people have open minds to it, but I don't know, what, have you met people, like, that are just like, that is the devil's work? Because I've heard a lot of that.
Yes, and, like, they see it as demonic, and I think a lot of people, the devil card is, like, what kind of makes them think that.
And the death card.
And the symbology and the image on there, it is strong.
Yeah.
I even have someone in my life who isn't religious, and they were like, I'd love a tarot reading from you, but can we not keep that card in the deck when I do it?
I've never had that request.
I was like, sure, I get it, like, if that makes you comfortable. So I think sometimes people see, like, these swords and these really interesting images on the cards.
Card.
Yeah, and they're like, ooh, that's a little spooky. But really, correct me if I'm wrong, each card has a lot of symbolism of, like, astrology in there, herbology, art, historical things.
Yes.
Everything has
Here's the devil.
meaning,
I
right?
wanted to find it.
Yes.
Woo! Watch out.
So everything on the card has a meaning, and I think sometimes people get a little caught up in that. But it also took me, and I'm sure you, some time to, like, unlearn that and get into tarot too. So nothing against those people, but for sure. I have had that reaction before. Have you had any really strong reactions?
Gosh, I'm remembering when we did one of the markets that we did together.
Oh, that guy.
We had a couple of interesting, strong reactions.
Funny.
Like, there was at least one person that was like, no. Like, get me away from this woman that does this scary witchcraft, almost.
Yeah.
And our whole purpose of what we're doing is to really get rid of the idea that things that you don't understand are scary. It's kind of the basic behind this, and specifically in spirituality. What you don't understand doesn't have to be scary. It's not, tarot is not entrenched in anything unless you put it inside of a religion that speaks those things into existence. Does that make sense? But it's just a tool. It is literally just a tool. And you can use tarot, from my own understanding and my own spiritual experiences, you can use tarot like you could use charms to do a charm reading. You could literally, like, I mean, tea readings, like tea leaf readings. There's so many different ways that people call divination that's also just, like, noticing things in your reality. Like, it just is so not a big deal in my world, I guess.
To me, it's like a tool for answers, and, you know, I'm lucky I get to ring up the best tarot reader in town.
Oh,
but
stop.
It's true, though. I'm like, hey,
gosh.
can you pull a few cards? But you've also just... the way you are, you're a very natural teacher, and so over the last few years I've learned so much from her about, like, you don't need to memorize every card. Feel the energies, do what feels good with it, kind of, and trust your gut too. And I think in a way tarot, there was also a man that day who walked by, and even though he was very spiritual, he goes, my energy is too advanced. You wouldn't be able to read me.
That guy.
Which that's fine. Maybe that was his way of saying no or having a boundary.
Yeah, say no.
But
fine.
tarot, you kind of have to open up and there's like a bond and a trust.
Yes.
But it's also a great way to self-reflect. So I completely agree with you that it's a tool. It can be very therapeutic and anyone can weave their beliefs into it. We've both had readings from pagans, Christians, like atheists, just people who are into this. So I would completely agree with you.
Yeah, it is literally just a deck of cards.
Yeah.
It is not going to hex you by existing in your house.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Isn't
just...
that kind of how it, like, some people did use decks of cards for a while?
I mean,
heard that
yeah,
somewhere.
so let's talk about history. There's a lot of interesting things about tarot.
Okay.
Before I get into that, I just want to talk about how I found tarot, briefly.
Yes.
So back, I think in the first episode we talked a little bit about kind of my spiritual journey, but my beginning was around 2019 when I was postpartum, only about a year with my daughter, and I was emotionally not in a good place, and spiritually I had been searching up until that point my entire life for something to believe in outside of myself that wasn't rooted in so much dogma and restrictions and things that I could take some of it and believe in it, kind of like we were talking about before, the cafeteria Catholic idea.
Yes.
I wanted to find something that I didn't have to do that with.
Yeah.
And I kind of ultimately realized in 2019, like, everyone's spiritual journey has to be their own. You can't all believe in the same thing. We can believe in almost every single thing. Oh, I'm getting a ringing in my ear. Like we're going on something good here.
Yes,
oh my gosh.
Good.
We can believe in the exact same things and think we do, but still have these minor differences that matter a lot to ourselves.
Yes.
So, like, it's okay
Yeah.
to disagree and view the world differently, but still come to similar conclusions, I guess, if that makes sense. And my point being, I just could not find something that is structured today. And if you have, like, that's totally fine. I'm glad you found something that works for you.
Yes.
I could not find a religion that perfectly structures the worldview I have for spirituality in general and what I wanted to follow. And so with that came the opening of my mind of things that I wouldn't say were taboo in my life, but there was no one in my life that did them. Mm-hmm. And I think where I grew up, if someone were doing things like tarot, they would have been just relentlessly teased and ostracized.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I would have found, if I had done that growing up, a group of people that would have maybe accepted, because I had accepting friends and things like that, but it just wasn't really as accepted back when I was growing up. I graduated from high school in 2009, so just imagine that era of 2004 to 2009. Like,
it's kind of the
people were
pre-witch Tumblr era
pre.
a little. Yeah.
Pre. Emphasis on the pre. And
yeah.
so outside of the religion that I had, there were not many other acceptable options in my peer groups, in the places that I lived. There was just no one doing anything different. And if you were the crazy witch girl. You were the crazy pagan that probably has, like, a mental illness and a screw loose. Aww. So that, to me, tarot and things like that were taboo only because I didn't want to be seen as othered in my social circle and in the social world that I just grew up in. So it was only taboo because I didn't want to stand out, I guess. And so I came to that in 2019, just literally, I'm pretty sure right after, like, I started this, I literally shaved my head bald. Like, that's how much we're talking complete transformation of myself emotionally, physically.
I don't know if I remember that
I'll
part.
show you a picture someday. No, I was
Respect, though, because that's brave.
I was literally, like, had the full, like, blonde hair, mom haircut going, and I was, like, leaning into versions of who I am. That is a version of who I am. Yeah. I like being a caretaker and a mom, and it's a part of my identity, but something was just screaming at me that is not your only identity, and you've had this question about spirituality for a reason, and it's time that this starts coming forward and you start exploring for yourself without finding someone, because I was on this endless quest to find someone to tell me what to believe in.
Which is very a lot of people
very
are
common.
Searching for something like that.
Yeah.
And you have to learn that it's within you.
Your church is in you.
Yeah.
Your guiding light is in you more than anything else. But anyway, I'm not going to preach that because you have to find that, right? You have to find that for yourself. And so with that came I started looking into like past life regression books like Dolores Cannon and other people that wrote those books. And with that came an interest in everything astrology and tarot. And so I started I was like gifted this first deck. Let me get it. I brought it because I just wanted to show by someone from
today. I love it.
Yeah, someone from high school was like, this deck reminds me of you. And then like one of and then my husband or someone like gave me money for it. So it was like through multiple people that I got this first deck. But yeah, it was like I didn't even consider buying a tarot deck. And then a friend from high school had also introduced me to astrology. Shout out to you. I don't know if you want to be named online, so I'm not going to, but if you're watching, hi. I love you. Yeah, she was like, this deck looks like you. So, like, I'll show you real quick.
They're circular cards.
Yeah, they're these beautiful circular, and because this isn't, like, traditional tarot, I was so overwhelmed when I first got this deck.
Yeah, which is common.
But it's beautiful, and I felt so honored that someone would see this deck and think of me.
Yeah,
with these, like, gold and the art. Yeah. But I just, like, had absolutely no idea about general tarot, and as I will describe to you, this is based off of the Rider-Waite deck.
Okay.
So, I got this, I tried, I was confused as all get out, but I just decided, like, I want to see if there's even something to this, because most of my spiritual journey has been, like, trust that I could try and learn something new, and either I learn that this is fake and full of bullshit, or this is something that could help me, and this ended up being something that has overwhelmingly helped me since 2019, so that's, how many years? Almost 7 years?
Yeah.
7 years of doing tarot, yeah.
Almost a decade. Wow.
Yeah,
Look at you, girl.
It was around this time, too, so probably my tarot-versary around now. And then from there, I was like, I started looking into online, like, the meanings of this, and, like, Googling. I'd pull something, and I'd be like, what does this mean? And I'd look it up based off of this, because this is called the Accurate Tarot Deck. AF, isn't that funny?
AF.
I know, I love the moon on the side, too. But, so I would look that up, and then I would see Rider-Waite Tarot
Which
show
is
up.
the classic
to show
OG
and explain
one, right?
it. Yes.
Okay.
And so then I was like, I think I should get this deck, because I'm never going to understand any of the other decks that I have if I don't understand where this originally is coming from. So I went on a journey with this, and this is now my OG deck. This is a Rider-Waite, and they're the easiest to find. They're the easiest to, I wouldn't say understand. It takes a while. Yeah. I feel like it's a journey to understand. But once you understand this, you're going to be able to understand any tarot deck that's been made pretty much within the last 100 years artistically is usually based off of this deck.
And you also had a really cool deck that was given to you years ago that had astrology things on it. And you kind of tucked it away, and you brought it out a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And now that you know more about astrology as well, it kind of clicked with you.
I held on to that for years.
So cool.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
I've used it for
her.
I've used it for my astrology clients. I pull it like at the end after I've described whatever we've talked about in their birth chart or whatever transits are coming, and like, let's just see what, Spirit has to say about the chart reading we just did, and they'll tell you where to focus. It's pretty neat. But yeah, astrology and tarot mesh very, very well. I don't know if a lot of you know that, but they do. But I couldn't even touch that deck as an example of what we were just talking about, because I didn't know enough about astrology, and I didn't know enough about tarot, about how that would come together. So it's taken me years to be able to like use that confidently. But I want to tell you a little bit about the history, because a lot of people think that like it's kind of shrouded in the occult. I feel like historically that is where people just immediately think that's the only history they understand about tarot. But tarot has been around for more than 600 years.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
A lot longer than I would have guessed.
Yes. It was I've seen multiple accounts of different, like, exact dates, but we could say the 1400s is where the first deck kind of popped up, and it looked much more like a traditional deck of cards than anything else, but it was being used slightly differently. So it's so interesting that, I don't know, I've just always wondered what's the difference between a tarot deck and a deck of cards.
Yeah.
Like, could you not use divination tools and techniques on a deck of cards? You absolutely can. It turns out you can.
I've had that curandero guy that I go
really?
to sometimes when he did that energy work for me and some spell work. We met, and he did pull a few cards from a regular deck of cards.
I would love to see someone in action using that. Maybe I'll just go on YouTube myself
and
look that up. But, yeah, there was a crossover right when it first popped up between tarot and a traditional deck of playing cards. And it was used more as playing cards in the very beginning than anything else. But who took that... like what group of people took that and used it mostly for themselves were the Christians, if you can believe that. I know. And
sorry.
That's exactly the sentiment when I was writing this. I was like, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would not have expected that at all.
So you can see even inside of this Rider-Waite Tarot, which is not the original, by the way. A lot of people think this was the first, and therefore we're going to like put all of our understanding and meaning behind the art of tarot into it, but it's not. This was only made in, I believe it was 1909. So if this has been around since the 1400s, there's been a lot of versions of it. It's just not been really used for anything other than helping with like Christian beliefs and faith practices and understanding. So it was literally used, tarot was used to teach Christianity. Inside of like a discipleship type scenario, teaching the people that were either joining or like using it to show people literally like on the streets, like the different like pictures. And as you can see, this deck itself is actually like a Judeo-Christian images are shown here.
Yes. With the lions.
Yeah.
In the background.
So we're still seeing even in the 1909 deck this influence of Christianity.
Wow.
And yeah. So what's interesting is in the 1400s, it's being used as more of a teaching tool and like a discipleship and trying to spread Christianity through using this deck. It started being used as a divination tool in the 1800s. And that is when some very wild and free thinkers started noticing that the decks that were being used, because there's so many decks that were being used. There wasn't just one that was used in, everybody, like the Rider-Waite Tarot was the most popular, well-known deck, but people were taking the idea of tarot and using it for their own religious ideas and benefits and teachings themselves. So that was then taken and people were seeing, oh wait, like I see like Egyptology that can be mashed into this, or how this kind of works with some of those teachings and understandings. And they started seeing how that could be used in paganism and how that can be used, or how it kind of crosses over into astrology in the study of that. And so all these different religions were starting to agree and use and combine inside of tarot and see it. And then especially Jewish traditions, forgive me if I mispronounce this, but the Kabbalah or Kabbalah?
Yeah,
Kabbalah. I was right the first time. That has quite, that was used, like there was a lot of references with tarot. Early. In the 1800s. And so when it began to be disseminated to more religions and groups of people, that is when it got the occult this is wrong by specifically like Christianity in general. Like, oh, you're using this. And by the way, this is no hate on Christians. And if you're a Christian, don't take this the wrong way. This isn't towards you. This is the history. This is just the history. So don't take this personally.
And was it like the Catholic Church or truly just like
there's
the
no like
masses?
official, it's like the religious masses of all Christianity and forms of Christianity that said like, oh, now we're using it to self-heal and divine future and understand outside of the Christian worldview that we are trying to teach, which some of those worldviews are very like, you're not looking for strength inside yourself, you're looking for strength outside of yourself, inside of Jesus Christ, inside of God. So a lot of the understanding of tarot is the idea that you shouldn't be looking outside of yourself. Back then, everything's different now. People have different religions and beliefs.
That's so interesting how
but it was reinforcing the idea that you can divine understanding outside of yourself. And so that is when it became occult or evil and labeled as evil. Was when it was being used for more for your thinking and more self-transformative reasons.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. We'll just leave it a capital I interesting.
Yeah. Big I interesting.
Big I. So yeah, that tickled me.
Yeah, I gotta process that later.
I
Like,
know.
that is not what I would have expected.
I know.
Yeah. So I guess that kind of connects for me because I know a lot of Romani people, tarot is part of their kind of folk religious practices. So I don't know, that kind of clicked.
Yeah.
Just now.
It literally was like this, think of it like, an invention that was never patented, and people took it and used it how they wanted to. Okay. And then it didn't always turn in, like, they could have taken the idea behind it and then made it not into cards. Like, you see that with, like, dice, and different things are used, runes, all these different ways that people were like, we can divine through whatever we want, and tea leaf readings, and, it's just kind of around that time that people started wanting to look instead of outside of themselves, inside of themselves through, like, objects, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was just labeled as evil. It was labeled as bad. So, truly, like, any kind of, like, reiteration of that in modern day is really just a propaganda machine from the 1800s. Which is a little crazy.
Boom.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, a little bit about this deck, because it is the most, I just keep holding it, it is the most well-known deck, the Rider-Waite, Rider-Waite-Smith, sorry. It's the Rider-Waite-Smith. Sometimes I forget about that last bit.
Smith.
But it matters, because it was drawn by Pamela Coleman Smith. And so we want to remember the person who literally drew all of these. In collaboration with the academic and mystic A.E. Waite. And then it was published by the Rider Company in 1909. Okay. So that's how we get the Rider-Waite-Smith deck.
Okay.
And put all the names in there and give everybody credit. But it's got this Judeo-Christian imagery, kind of like we talked about before. And the symbolism, ultimately, though, it transcends beyond, I would say, the connotations of the time that it was made for. And it has. People have they've really, like, I would say, progressed in the symbolism and used it. Like, the cards don't have to progress for us to progress our understanding of it. And so that's what people have done. And that's why people have gone and made all these other decks. To continue the idea of it and base it off of pretty easy to understand. I wouldn't say easy once you've, like, practiced it a lot.
Yeah.
But, like, it really has a whole story to it. And I want to tell you a little bit about the actual, like, symbolism and story behind it before I do a reading, because I'm going to do a reading for Shailynn. So what the decks are made up of, specifically the Rider-Waite, is major and minor arcana cards. So a major would be the Devil, for example. Here, hold this guy, please.
So I hear major, I think some of those bigger cards. Is that correct? Okay.
So if you see a Roman numeral, thank you.
At the top there.
My Vanna White.
Yes.
Holding my
Oh, I
things.
need the pretty
Thank
dress
you.
and, like, touch the screen and all that.
Yes.
So
she's going to hold up a few things for me, because I want to find one more really good one. Because so far I'm finding only the scary ones that people are like, why did you give me that
hold
card?
it up closer, but there's just so many
Do this
details.
guy. This is a good one. So any that have these, like, the Roman numerals mixed with this, like, big bold lettering at the bottom, those tell a story. This is one of my favorites, the Empress. Yes. 1 through, I don't remember what the last number is, but it tells a story of the Fool's Journey is what it is called. And so when they made this deck, the idea was of this young fool or young person going on a journey of life and death and transcendence above that.
Wow, I had no idea there was a story in the tarot cards,
a whole
like that.
Story.
That's so cool.
I'm pretty sure I can show you them all lined up in one of these. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was this guy. I brought books today.
Yeah.
Class.
Learning time.
Open your books to page. Here it is. Here's the story. I'll show it to you first.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Vamos a la página 11.
So up here is the Fool, and this is the order of how it goes. Like, all the way down. And our last one is the World, which is a full completion ending of our story.
Wow.
So understanding that there is like this Fool's journey that happens inside of the tarot deck. And so it's a major arcana because this is like the main events of our life. This is like the chapter headings of our life. And then the minor arcana, which is all the other cards, like these, are the details of our life. It's describing the details of the moment. Yeah, this is an example of the minor just for the wands. And then we have 4 different suits. We've got wands, which represents fire. We've got swords, which represent air. We've got water, cups, which represent water. And coins, or pentacles, which represent earth. So we have all of the elements representing, which is why people would often see in earlier tarot decks how this can definitely be compared to astrology, because the elements show up in astrology. And there's just with a lot of religions, tarot can really mesh well, because it's kind of just been made that way, to mesh well with whatever.
Even when we were in Thailand a year ago, they were like Buddhist tarot readers. So yeah, it was really cool.
I have to meet one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Can
sure.
you imagine getting an enlightened reading like that? Like,
yeah. And he was very direct. He's like, you have 5 minutes, choose your card. And I was like, okay, cool,
like,
let's
go. I do this every day.
Yes.
But yeah, one more thought that I wanted to add. Learning tarot is like learning a language. I would suggest, if you want to learn tarot, to learn the core language of it first, and that would be this deck, the Rider-Waite deck. Let's not look at the 3 of Swords. That's
it's a sad one.
Let's do the 8 of Wands, fast energy. So focus on learning this deck if you want to understand pretty much anything else that exists out there, especially the pop culture decks that exist.
As a language educator, I would second... spot on. Your
Yes.
brain is able to remember words and associations better with images than reading something and trying to memorize it. So,
yes.
Nicely said.
And then to accompany that, I'm giving book recommendations today.
Yes.
First of all, the history that I just taught you came from this book here, The Guided Tarot for Seamless Readings, and also this guy right here. I'm going to put the name and authors in the comment section as well. But these are the books that I used just to divine the history together. They have some pretty good pieces here.
I like that this one breaks down each card so well.
Yes, me too.
I need to get this.
Yes. So I have kind of a recommendation. I have 4 books that, if you're interested in this, you should check out. This is the one, if you can show, you gotta flip through it and show if you want. So this is the Guided Tarot one, for seamless readings, it says. This guy, I would suggest to pair with getting your first Rider-Waite tarot deck. Oh yeah, and by the way, you can buy your own deck. There's some weird...
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about that.
Like, that may not have happened for me, but like, people do all the time. There's not... I don't know who came up with that.
Yeah, there's this rumor out there that you can't buy your own deck. It's the same with opals.
Really?
There's a rumor out there that if you buy your own opal, you'll have bad luck and this. And I'm like, that's my birthstone. I'm going to buy myself an opal.
I am like the biggest non-believer of like... What would I call it? It's not conspiracy theories, because that's not true. But like... bad luck superstition.
Yeah.
There's just so very little that I give credence to unless it's affected me in my life some way.
Yeah.
Or if it's a part of my culture, then like I can culturally recognize that, and I can always culturally recognize that for others and be aware for others. But there's just so little in my life that I've ever been like, I can't do that. Why? Like, my first instinct with most rules is to be like, I can either see exactly why that rule is made, or I have no idea why. What is the point? Is it to restrict me? Is it to stop me from doing something? What culturally started this rule in the first place? That's my first questions I ask. So, that's not a rule that matters to me whatsoever. And if you've heard that, it's somebody's rule they decided on, and they can go ahead and sit with that rule. They can just enjoy that rule and live with that rule the rest of their life, and restrict themselves and others with that rule if they want to. That's my not gentle thought on that.
I love all your not gentle thoughts, so please continue them.
Okay.
Always. I also have a lot of not so gentle thoughts and opinions.
I feel like you could copyright that term, not gentle thoughts by the modern mystics.
A compassionate calling out.
Yeah. But we're not going to just, we're not going to copyright because everyone can use all words, and I'm so tired of corporations. Anyway.
Yes.
We're not going to go into that. So, buy your own deck. If you want to learn tarot, just go buy the dang deck. You don't have to wait for it.
Some of them don't some of them come with little
Yes, a lot of them do. I don't think I brought any down here that do.
That's okay.
But yes, many do. And they can help you understand them based off of, and you don't have to get the rider weight. I'm just highly suggesting if you want to understand everything to start there. So start there. Start with this book because it's going to give you the picture. It's going to give you a general interpretations based off of what topic you're talking about, like love, or if it's reversed. That's another thing. Before I do my reading, I do reversed readings. I don't know if you've done tarot at all, you might understand what that means. If you don't, reverse just means that the card is upside down. It's not upright. If you're learning tarot, and this is the video that gets you started, yay, I'm excited. Don't read reversals. It's confusing. You're so just trying to learn
the basics for a bit. Okay.
And so many tarot readers won't read them at all. Some people just their whole lives do tarot and do not read a reversal. Yeah. That is okay. It took me probably 2.5 years of doing a lot of readings for a lot of people, for myself, to finally feel comfortable enough to even accept that a reversal came up and be able to interpret it. And then it took more years to decide what the reversals mean, because some people think that reversal means the opposite of what the card is saying. Some people think it means a harder version of the same energy. There's so many ways you can interpret it, and so much of tarot is learning to trust your guidance and how you interpret something, not how someone else interprets it.
And I like what you do. So I've had a lot of readings from Kelsie, and I've seen a lot of her readings for others. If you get a card that kind of falls out and you don't know if it's regular or reversed, you kind of flip it in the air and you let the card spin and fall.
I don't know if that's a normal practice.
I like it. I'm like, okay. Oh, it landed this way. I like that you do that. Yeah.
That is something I just decided. I was like, how will I know if it was my hand that was flipping it? And what she's describing is a jumper, by the way, when a card falls out. Some people don't accept jumpers and some do. I believe that this entire process from start to finish is a divine experience. So if there's a jumper and I'm gonna usually take it and then I'm going to find out and flip it and find out if it's reversal or not. But that is something that took me years and years to decide I feel comfortable doing this step and then this step. But from the beginning I've done jumpers, and some people believe that is more of human error than anything else. Then believe that. That's totally fine.
I don't know. Sometimes the jumpers really
The jumpers, in my experience, are the ones yelling at you. Because I don't just read the cards. I read the way that they fall. I read the energy of how long it takes to pull the card. There's so many pieces that you can decide to look at. And I do. I look at it all. I take in all the information. And that's just something that I like to do. But it doesn't have to be that complicated. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. I want to give 2 more book recommendations.
Okay, yes. This one?
Also, if you're just starting out or you've read before, but you want to learn more, this is the next one I would suggest, The Ultimate Guide to Tarot. Ooh. This is going to be similar to the other book, but instead of the kind of different, this one was showing the different reading options, if it's in love or in romance or whatever. This guy is instead giving you even more details, a very personalized understanding detail of what the upright and reversal means. And then look, it's comparing it to astrology and the Kabbalah. We've got these different, so it's way more in depth for someone that has done enough tarot that wants to really expand your knowledge and how expansive it is as a practice.
Oh, and it still has like home relationships.
Yes, still has
career
it.
And money.
This one is just easier because like you're just learning what they mean.
Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah.
This one is a little bit more advanced. This guy that we have next, I like this one because it's kind of more of like the counselor in me likes this book. There's a lot more of like the emotional understanding of these. And I
Bad Bitches Tarot.
That's the pictures that I use. Yes, it uses from some culturally relevant and pretty cool. Yeah, you can see it. It breaks it down by like psychological archetypes and things like that. So I just really like the psychological lens that I feel that book has. So that is for if you're someone in mental health or interested in mental health and know tarot pretty well. The last book that I would say is for someone who wants to advance your understanding is this guy, Beyond the Basics. And it is opening up. It's pretty expansive.
Wow.
Yeah. Like it shows
the individual numbers of the... I don't even know how to say that word, and I'm pretty good with
Celtic.
Words.
It's a Celtic understanding.
Oh,
so
that's why.
We are way beyond just learning about it, and this is a lot more history and understanding. We got more astrology combining here. It is way more in depth. So This is like, think of this one as like a study textbook for tarot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's cool to kind of see your progress through your books.
yeah, that's what I was buying.
That. Yes.
But without further ado, I'd like to do a reading, if you don't mind.
Yes. So Kelsey's going to be doing kind of a career reading for me. I did just get a promotion.
Woohoo!
But just to show you guys kind of that this can be applied to everyday things as well. I'm not going to share too many details. Mm-hmm. Like even Kelsie, she knows a little bit, but she doesn't know everything. So we'll see what the cards bring up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yes. You can use this. You can use it word for word the way that I do not care. I'm not gatekeeping.
You're so nice to share.
Diddly thing. I don't gatekeep. I'm sorry. Like, I really believe knowledge is here for everyone. Mm-hmm. We're here to learn, and I'm not going to gatekeep through like a $10 course or something. But yeah. There's a way that I've developed over the years, and I don't know if this is like a thing that people do, but how I read is I will ask for permission, because I'm not going to, just like in Reiki, you're not going to engage in someone's energy and engage in an energy exchange without permission. So of course her coming to me and like wanting the reading is usually the permission. And then I'll ask what kind of topic, and we already know what kind of topic. And if people can't decide, and you're someone that knows tarot enough that you want to start doing reading for others, give them the option of doing just like a 10-minute, usually I say like a 10-minute future-oriented reading that's going to be in the near future. People love to know about the future. But it needs to come with a grain of salt of understanding. How I understand tarot is that we're getting a glimpse into the future that is just as likely as another glimpse. It's like if you understand timelines, and the science behind that, which is a very well documented science, by the way. It is actually the most leading theory. This is the thing that really I love about a lot of like the new spirituality ideas and movements that people are talking about. It's not new. It's just new again, I guess, to us now as we're all allowing ourselves to talk about these taboo ideas. But the leading theory inside of science in general is that we are living in multiple realities all at the same time. Time is not linear. It's all happening at once. And so wouldn't it stand to reason, if that's the case, that we could access understanding different versions of the future? Yes. If we're all living it all at once, it's already happened. It's already a possibility.
Yes. Well, and at the end of the day, you control your destiny. So I know you've given me readings for tarot where it's like, this is kind of what's going to happen, but this could happen too, or you could go down this route. And then it helps me kind of understand like, oh, I have options. Always. I don't have to go about this the way I've been thinking about it. So yeah, I think it is good not to have black and white thinking with tarot too, because the possibilities are endless.
Black and white is just not a good thinking idea.
Yeah. And
I agree.
ultimately it's like advice. It's not telling you have to do this.
Yes.
But this energy might come up, or this roadblock might
Exactly.
occur. Yeah.
And that is where it's been really easy for me as a counselor to swerve into, is like, you say, in counseling school, you learn not to give advice. I'm not even like saying like you should do this. It's advice that's coming from you, if that makes sense, not from the tarot reader.
Yeah.
So my job is, as a counselor and as a tarot reader, is to divine out the advice being given to you by yourself. If that makes sense. Same thing when I'm doing past life regression hypnosis. Like, this is all coming from you. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what the energy is, like, based off of what you're asking. But I'm never going to, like, get the death card and be like, you might die soon.
Yeah. Like, oh, there's probably an ending of some kind coming.
Yeah. There's a lot of different interpretations of a lot of cards. But so my advice to you now, actually talking advice and not inside of tarot, would be to make sure that you're not telling clients what is going to happen. It is not a guarantee, because if you understand that we are inside of this universe that has all these endless possibilities, with every moment we breathe, something can change, and we have a lot more control than we understand. Sometimes people kind of ebb and flow between I have no control and I have all the control. It's in the middle. And that's okay. That's okay. It's in the gray area. But do not tell clients how this will roll out.
Yeah.
You don't know the future. We don't ever actually know the future, no matter how psychic we are. No matter how many hits we get about the future, it can change in an instant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's based on the person and their life and their journey.
Absolutely.
So, no matter how advanced you get with this deck, you are not the one single knowledge. And consider yourself a lifelong learner, and consider yourself not the person who knows everything about your client. Even if you're getting hits, even if you're getting psychic hits as you're doing it. You don't know the whole dang story.
And it's reciprocal.
Yes.
You will always get something usually from the person that you're reading or doing the energy work for, as much as they get something from you.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Okay, well, that was my spiel.
You have my full permission to read away.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
Great. So I like to just kind of start and ask, like, in my own head or sometimes out loud. Like, I'm asking Shailynn spirit or spirit guides to help create this session with love and light. No negative entities may enter. Kind of like opening a Reiki session a little bit. Usually I say it in my own head, though. And that's just kind of for me for like a cleansing opportunity, energetic wise. You don't have to do that. It sounds kind of superstitious to even, like, in my mind, I'm like, why do you have to do that? Right? You don't have to do that. It's just something that I've learned because I've bonded with this deck over years. It likes to be cleansed. It likes to, I know that sounds kind of weird, but, like, cards will fall out weird when I've not cleansed the deck recently. Like, I can just bond with I have an actual bond, and so what? I have a bond with a deck of cards. Like, sue me. Like, whatever, call me weird, I don't care. I do. Yes. And that's a common experience. Many tarot readers have pretty interesting bonds with their decks. Wow. So I'll open that, and before we pull, we're not ready. I will say this is about career, and I'll ask some clarifying questions. Are you wanting future career, the energy right now, guidance from your spirit guides? What are you thinking?
I think maybe for our viewers and listeners, maybe like kind of what's going on right now.
Okay.
And then any guidance or advice through that transition.
Okay.
Because it's starting on Monday.
All right. So do you want to know specifically about career sector? Sometimes I'll get very specific for a reason. Or about this new job. Because you have a lot going on in your career.
That's true.
Yes.
Just with the job,
new job.
Specifically the company I work for,
the
in my
job
9 to 5.
That's your, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that
is a good specifier.
Yeah, you're going to start getting stuff.
My spiritual business,
yes,
I have
exactly.
Comunidad Language Services.
Yes.
We do this. So yeah, getting specific too with your questions can help the reader as well.
Yes. I think let's pause, and I'm going to have you flip the camera so you can show me reading.
Like from my point of view right here? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, hold on a second. I'm just going to record this.
Okay.
So, we're going to flip the camera view so that you can see me pulling, so I can kind of describe how I do tarot.
Yeah, and that way you get kind of a point of view of what a reading would look like when you sit down with a tarot reader like this.
Cool. Okay, so here we go.
All right.
So, we want to see the current energy around Shaylynn's job transition, whatever needs to be seen here. And so what I will first do is pull a couple different cards that I consider sentence starters. How I like to do it is pull basically clusters of cards. They're going to basically describe out a sentence for me that's going to tell me the whole picture. Sometimes they're separate and I kind of divine in my own understanding and intuition of what's separate and what's not, but often it's all telling one story. So you'll see what I mean as I pull out the cards. All right, it's like, pay attention. Bitch, pay attention. About current understanding.
Ooh, okay.
So this one I don't accept when we get like 8 cards. That, I don't know if I'm showing here.
Yes.
That's more human error to me. But these 2 guys came out immediately. So this is my sentence starter over here. I'm going to pull a couple more and then clarify those. Clarify just means to pull like details kind of describing the energy. Make sure I'm in the shot here. There we go. Okay. A lot of balancing.
Yes. I'm a Libra, if that helps. You like balance.
I'm hearing, so as you increase in tarot, you'll also get like visions, thoughts, and things like that, just that in your third eye as you're doing it, just like you would in any energy healing or reading. Mm-hmm. I keep hearing... Like, I'm literally hearing shit you already know. Like, I feel like there's a little bit of a want for you to get more, like, either advice or, like, why do you want to know this? It's like what I keep hearing. I don't know why.
I just want to know, like, what I need to do well and how to handle this last, like, week at work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. See, and even I have a reaction to this card, and I don't have any of the preconceived notions.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
That tracks, though. That tracks.
Because, yeah, so far we're getting, like, balance your money and balance your time and balance your energy, but... And, like, that's what you're doing right now. Because this is a current reading, right? But
yes.
Once you asked what you need to know, this popped up. So we're going to do this over here. I like to pivot as the energy tells me. So that's what we're doing right now. We're pivoting.
Yes.
What else does she need to know? Mm-hmm. Because this is all the same energy.
This is tracking so much already. Wow.
Are we in shot? Yes. Okay,
yes.
Good. You can see it. Anything else before I start clarifying, please? Okay. Thank you, but no. So I'm going to give you one more shot here. Anything else? Okay. Just put that over there. All right. Let's clarify the devil card, please. Okay.
Yep.
I'm getting a call of what that's about, but let's get one more clarifier. So you can choose to pull all your cards and then clarify, and then go over what you're seeing. Or if you're getting hits as you're going, sometimes I will just tell you as we're going. And then kind of bring it all together in the end as a summary. But let's keep clarifying that. Holy crap.
Whoa.
Can you grab that?
Yes.
That was just one. We've got a clear theme happening. Okay, clarify that lovers at the end there. We both got a hit at the same time. This is the face we just made at each other. Like, what is going on? I don't think this has to do with your man, but let's clarify that.
If it does, that's okay.
I kind of have it. I'm getting a hint of something, but my stomach is like telling me I might be right, but let's see. Clarify that, lovers, so I can understand. Am I just making this in my head, or is this actually a story we've got going? That's too many. We're almost there.
Yes. Sometimes it takes a little time to get the right cards.
I think you've got... Yeah. Let's give me one more clarifier. Interesting.
Aww.
Okay, I see. So, I would say what's being asked of you to know. So these are all my clarifiers. That's ultimately the card, and the energy is this devil up here. And that tells me she needs to be aware there's a toxic work dynamic going on. And I am reading this as saying there is someone there that with your departure is feeling devastated. Mm-hmm. And this is someone that's trying to make this hard on you. They're trying to, and at first when this came out, I was like, does someone have a crushie on you? Like, what is this? But then I was like, or is this saying you are aligned for success, like moving away from this? And that's exactly what it told. Because when I pulled for the clarifier, sometimes I'll get questions in my mind of like, am I soap operaing this? Like, that's not a word, but I just said it anyway. Like, making this into this telenovela that isn't real. Yeah. I have to ask myself, I check myself all the time. And so this is definitely like, yes, I was making this into something bigger than it is. But this would be the correct understanding. It seems that she's aligned for success away from this toxic experience person, whatever. But boy, are they taking it hard. Boy, are they feeling like it is a loss that she is leaving, and it feels like being stabbed in the back with you leaving. So,
my man has been there for me a lot through this.
Oh, really?
Home has been my solace.
Oh, so that could also be saying that this is the key for you to like move through this energy. Yes, through these partnerships.
I'm very lucky to have a good an amazing partner and good relationships in my life.
Good.
And that's been getting me through this.
Yeah, it is pretty icky though. This person is like really emotionally immature and taking this out on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want me to clarify?
Sure, yeah, tell me.
Okay. So let me say this in an HR way. My current supervisor is very she's only nice to me when I'm useful to her. And she uses my language abilities and all my, my magic I bring to work, so it makes her look good. She also lies a lot to get what she wants. So she will say, oh, well, you have to do this or you'll be gone. And she says that to everybody.
That's a threat.
And so, not just me, there are about 3 or 4 other people who are leaving her because of her. Oh. And they're all like, not to brag about myself too much, but we're all like her top people.
Yeah,
we're all people she can depend on.
Yeah.
We're good at our job. And so now there is going to be like no one in our role right now.
Oh gosh, I see.
And all of us have been documenting things and just filed a complaint against because there are ethical and professional lines she's crossed. So she is walking on eggshells right now and probably feels stabbed in the back. Yeah. But really, it's all of us being like, you can't be unprofessional and unkind to us anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Spot on.
Well, hello there.
Spot on.
The power of tarot. Right here.
Yes.
Okay, let's ask what this world is about.
The world's card. I want to hold it up. This is one of my favorite cards.
And it is the ending in the Fool's Journey as well.
Ooh.
What else do we have to say about the world?
Excuse me. Haha.
Oh, okay. That one was a big jumper. Okay.
That one wanted to come
this
out.
one's a pretty clear spread to me.
Okay.
This is them letting you know that this is an like an ending and a celebration of you getting what you emotionally wanted and deserved in a career. Like, this is ending some kind of chapter for you.
Yay!
Which is very interesting. I'm just gonna, because I like to get people so much clarity when I'm doing a reading. I'm just gonna add an extra question. Give me one card, Spirit, to show me what is the chapter she's ended. Like, in her career. That's interesting. Are we...
Just gonna do the flop.
Yeah, the flop. Because it landed like that. Okay, no? Okay. Ending what? Give me one more. Sometimes I asked for one and it was like, ha, bet. I'm not going to give you one. I have to sometimes pull multiple, but that's okay. Sometimes the cards are cheeky.
Have you ever, like, channeled Reiki while you pull your cards?
Never.
Oh.
Might be interesting, though.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Sometimes I'm just, excuse me, lazy. And do not want to read 4 cards at once. I just want it to be simple. Like, make it simple,
and
Spirit.
that's okay. You communicate back with the deck.
That's interesting. So, I'm getting that it's bringing in... like, almost like a lack of cloudiness and understanding, like, your forward momentum and your future and your ideas. Like, some new ideas and things will come from this and bringing in some long-term stability in your career. So, I asked, like, what it's ending, and it seems to be ending any, like, worry, especially when it comes to, like, creating a long-term structure for you, your family, and money-wise.
Nice.
So, that's interesting.
That tracks. So,
yeah.
I left teaching in the K through 12 school system after over a decade. Mm-hmm. Just switched into healthcare. My new role will be a blend of education and healthcare.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been, over the last year in healthcare, really like, oh my gosh, is this what I want to do?
Sure,
is there a space for me in this world?
Oh, I see, yeah.
And just trying to call in something where I can blend all my abilities but not be stuck in the school system and have it eat me alive again.
Yes, it sure does eat us alive.
So this feels really good to see.
Cool.
And also, like, I've had one boss like this before, and having that experience, I feel like I was able to handle this a lot better and not let it impact me like it has in the past either.
Right.
So
cool.
This tracks as well.
Cool.
And
well, let's see what this guy says.
Which one was the long-term success?
This is like longevity, building long-term success and wealth. And this is like new ideas springing forward.
And it is a pilot project.
So yeah, cool.
It will be kind of what we create and move forward with it.
Cool.
So, okay, so you're clarifying.
Yes, we're clarifying the 8 of Pentacles and the King of Cups that were pulled together, which I consider like 2 of the main energies. Sometimes, Spirit wants you to know.
Nice.
Are we still... Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm just making sure it's focused.
Sometimes Spirit wants it to be specific, so... Oh, interesting.
Oh.
Give me one more here. Oh, okay. So... this job is going to help you hone skills you've already... This isn't the beginning of a skill, but you're going to have a new beginning in leadership that comes from the skills that you will be building. It will make you... You will take this, like, emotional... I'm getting, like, emotional maturity you've gained from skills you've already had in other jobs. So this is a skill you're taking that you've used in other jobs, and you've had to emotionally mature these skills, and it might even be the skill of emotional maturity. Yeah. You're going to take that, and in this job, it's going to give you a complete new beginning and like authority for you.
Oh,
that's going to be building a skill. I'm assuming emotional maturity or emotional communication or something along that. It's going to be a complete new beginning where you see yourself in this leadership position with that skill.
Wow, that's so exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see you just, like, it's gonna feel new because you've not been maybe in these situations or places where you're being looked to as a leader in that way. But it's going to be very easy for you to take in. Otherwise, Emperor would be reversed here.
Oh, okay. So thanks, Emperor.
We're going to walk right into that and be like, although it's a little scary and I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, I do kind of know what I'm doing. I have a lot of skills that I've been working on that I will continue working on, but I have this like emotional maturity that's already set. So you can handle don't be scared of like a new challenge. Not that you ever are, but it might feel kind of weird you might be asked to step up into a leadership position sooner than you would imagine.
So you are so correct with this. The position, there's basically one or two people ahead of me, and then the COO.
Oh,
so I'm gonna be having to meet with like a lot of the big wigs.
Oh my gosh,
so that's really cool.
Let yourself do it.
Woo!
There's no reservations about that.
Wow.
So yeah, and then this guy, no, we never really looked at it, but this guy, when I was getting this feeling of like, she already knows, like, because we were talking about originally what's going on energetically, and this was the stuff she already knows, which is that like you're balancing your finances, it's going to be balancing out, and you're balancing out yourself emotionally right now as you're moving through into this transition. So this was very much a transition balancing energy, and that's why I paused, because I just heard like, bitch, you already know. Like, why are we here? And as soon as you clarified, you're like, what do I need to know? Then the devil popped up.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's flip her back now. So, what do you think?
That was really nice. One thing I love about your readings is you go really in depth. Like, you look at the cards and talk about their meaning, what they represent, but in a way, that is easy to understand and apply, while also like validating some of my stressors and anxieties about this new transition. But I feel like so hopeful, and it's gonna go well.
Good.
And I have what I need to keep learning and growing in my role.
Great.
So, yeah, thank you so much.
Yes. So that was a tarot reading. What I like to do to end is I personally, I don't know if other people do this to bond with their deck, but to cleanse, I literally blow on my deck. Sometimes I will like open it up and just like, and just literally like the energy is gone. Like it could be as simple as that. Because I believe that objects, water, people can absorb energy, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
And I want this to always be a neutral deck. So even if the vibes are beautiful off of Shailynn, and I want to keep all of her vibes, we're going to let her have them.
Yes.
And we're going to let this be a neutral, objective observer as much as it can possibly be as a deck of cards that is an inanimate object.
Yes.
So there you go.
Yes.
That is what I do to end a reading.
And you mentioned earlier about bonding with your deck, picking it out. How would you recommend, as someone who's been on a journey with tarot for a while, how would you recommend, if people are curious, maybe like how to find the right deck for yourself? And then how do you bond with it and kind of start studying besides the books? Because those are amazing too. But I know you like a lot of hands-on, like, free things as well. That's accessible for a lot of people too.
Well, the first moment that I am opening a new deck, or any deck that I'm going to bond with, I am going to open it and look at every single card. I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to look at the artwork, acknowledge each card. So that's a lot of cards. But I'm going to go into it almost in this like meditative state of like, I'm going to really like look and see what feelings are coming up and like kind of get to know the deck as much as it will get to know me. And then often one of my first reads that I will do is how I'll ask, like you might have heard with people that do pendulum readings or use other divination tools, they'll ask the first time they use their tool how it will be as best of service to you. So I might ask like, what kind of readings do you want to do the most? Like, so like, what's your style? Because decks have tones, so it'll be like
personalities.
Yes, literally. So like, are you going to be straight to the point? Are you going to be sassy with me? Are you going to be funny with me? Are you going to be kind of sugarcoating things with me? And so I will literally do just a spread, just kind of trying to intuitively understand what could I expect from this deck. But I would definitely suggest doing a simple reading of like, what kind of readings do you want to do, or what is the first thing you want to tell me, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't often do readings talking to the deck, if that makes sense. It's usually in the beginning, or if there's been like a major event, not in my life, but like maybe I've done a lot of readings on people and sometimes it starts acting funny. You can like tell when the deck is still got energy attached to it.
Okay.
And I'll be like, what do you need? Like, do you need a break? Like, it'll just tell me. But I found like cards will just fall like weirdly constantly when it's like kind of throwing a fit. That's kind of the best way to put it.
Okay.
Like more than a jumper card. Like we're just like dropping, and it's not like you fumbling. It just feels like they're almost slippery in your hands. It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't even know, without sounding super woo, I don't know how else to describe that. But if you are brand new to tarot completely, I would say start with the Rider-Waite deck. Start with a book, because for me, I would rather, I guess, read about something even before I try it. Maybe you're not that way and you're the opposite. And then just start with something like, tell me something about myself, and then try to interpret it. Like literally, like don't be like, tell me my deepest fear. Like don't get too deep too fast, because it's gonna get deep whether you want it to or not. So if you're not even sure about how tarot works or how energy works whatsoever, don't scare yourself purposely. Don't go into the scary big topics. Just start with something simple like what's something good I can do for my body, like self-transformation type fun vibes. Like what's something my body's asking to do right now, you know? Something really easy. You can pull one card, maybe two. Yeah. And then you're just kind of doing these basic learnings of like, does that resonate with me? Like, are we accurately? Because sometimes like if I've been reading too long, the cards will start making no sense to me. Oh. And then it's like, I am fatigued. I am asking too much on this topic, or I am like not able to anymore take in the message I'm supposed to be taking in. So it'll be pretty clear. It'll hit. Like with tarot, it hits. And if it doesn't, like, that's okay. Like it doesn't have to always hit. But after 7 years, it rarely doesn't hit. It rarely doesn't like strike a chord and be like, oh my God, that's exactly what that means.
I've never had a reading with you that didn't hit perfectly.
Well, thank you. That's so kind.
And you can, I know we both go to the library a lot. We try to like use our community resources. I've seen lately a lot more books like this at the library.
Yes.
So if you're limited on funds or don't want to, support Amazon or something like that, that is fine. Maybe check your local library too.
I would bet you there are some libraries that might have tarot decks or decks. Like, I bet you that might start showing up. If it hasn't already in your local area, I would say look. Like, ask. I feel like that might... I've seen tarot decks at, like, bars and, like, food joints and pubs. So, like, yeah, I've seen them at salons. Like, so there's a possibility, for free learning.
Yes, and please do not buy the AI generated decks. Support your local artists and vendors. There are so many decks out there that people have spent thousands of hours on just designing one card. So please support your artists as well and not AI.
Yes, please.
That's my soapbox for the day.
Yes, thank you. Stand on it.
Yes.
Go on.
Well, thank you again for the wonderful reading. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Modern Mystics.
Yes.
We also have a lot of events coming up this spring and summer, so be sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok to stay in the loop with those. And keep commenting and sharing. And we'd love, I don't know about you, but I think we would love so much if you can comment maybe some of your experiences with tarot, any questions you might have for Kelsie. Yeah. Yes,
please do. And for those of you that have reached out, mainly through Instagram for like collaboration, like thank you. Keep going. We're here for community engagement. It's incredible that our area in the Pacific Northwest has responded so quickly already. So a lot of our next, for you viewers that are not near us, a lot of our next videos are going to be going on field trips again, but not just to my greenhouse. We've got a lot of people that want to talk with us, and so we've got a lot of guest speakers, and a lot of like places that we might be talking about locally, so you might find out where we live soon, I guess. But there's a lot of people locally that wanna chat. So we're very excited. We want people to see that the spiritual movement of the new age is community driven. It's not single people driven. Like, it's not one person, one idea, one leader. And so we're here to help with that community idea. We want to show that there is no one person that's just going to have all the answers spiritually. We're not meant to. Like, you have the answers for yourself, but not for everyone else. So
exactly.
you could be a piece of the pie, but you know what I mean?
And I think we have some, like I said earlier, it's reciprocal, right? Networking is what can they do for me. Community is what can we build together.
Yeah.
And we really try to embody that and do that. So I'm so excited to see what comes out of these collaborations and guest speakers we're planning away at. So keep an eye out.
Yes, the summer is booked, so.
Yes, I know. And even some things in fall. So we're just very grateful for all the abundance and community and people reaching out and supporting. So thank you guys.
Okay, well, until next time, take care.
Stay mystical.
Stay mystical.